Hi, my name is Brett. This is my lovely wife Becky, my daughter Samantha and her husband David. They gave us this old truck to do with whatever we want. We decided to fix it up. So pull up a chair and join us as we fix up this old truck.
Well, it's time to put some color on our old truck. But before we could start the actual paint job, we had to paint the trim around the windows. It would not come off because it was actually the window frame. We did that with flat black. We had to tape those up really good, of course, and let them dry. Once they were dry, we taped the truck up and primered the whole truck with the spray gun. And I'm using one of these wonderful low flow gravity feed EPA approved spray guns, which are just not any fun at all, and I am not a fan. But we did get the whole truck covered in a real thick coat of primer. And we sanded a whole lot. And once we had all the primer sanded, it was time for some color. I started out with a small touch-up gun and cut in under the hood and around the back of the cab. That's a good place to get runs, so by covering all that around the back of the cab, I didn't have to put it on as thick when I was painting. It avoided runs. I also used the touch-up gun to go through the door cracks and around the door handles and the mirror and things like that. Now the truck's all cut in. Whew, finally, a real spray gun. You start with the top of the truck. Get it covered good from all angles. After the top, you do the hood and then move on to the sides. The key to painting a car is to keep your paint wet without running it. That's a real trick. Almost done with the first coat. Okay, now we're on to the second coat. And you can see I'm holding the spray gun pretty close to the truck here. You do have to hold the spray gun fairly close to what you're spraying, because if you don't, your paint actually dries out before it hits your car. I actually went over the whole truck about 4 times. Which ensured a nice, even, solid paint job. There weren't any light spots or missed spots. We let the paint dry for a couple of days, backed the truck out, and hosed it off with a water hose. No soap, just a water hose to get the dust all off of it, because there was quite a bit of just where we had sanded the primer, the dust had gotten under the paper on the trim that we had painted and on the windows and stuff, and then when we peeled it off, it got all over the paint. So that all had to be washed off. But you don't want to use any soap, and you do want to let it dry at least a couple of days. And then use a chamois to get all the water drops off, because you don't want water drops in your fresh paint. Thanks for joining us on this old truck. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and join us next time as we build our bed.